What's up, guys? My name is Adrian from the Deviants, and today we're going to be reacting to My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 7. So last time we got a little conversation between Todoroki and Deku. Todoroki was explaining why he doesn't use his fire powers because of what his dad did. And so we got a little backstory about Todoroki, and we got some conversation between Endeavor and All Might. Endeavor hates All Might because All Might's taking the #1 spot, and Endeavor's kind of like crazy for power, so he hates not being #1. And basically we got Todoroki declaring war on Deku again, and then Deku declaring war back. And then Bakugo was just like listening in the background. Other than that, we're on to the next battle, next round, that's better. Where everyone's facing off one-on-one, and we have Deku being first, going up against a purple-haired dude. I don't know his name at all. But he has some sort of like mind control abilities where if someone speaks to him, he can use that to gain, I guess, their conscience or something like that. I don't know. But we ended off on Deku getting controlled. So I don't know how he's going to get out of that. Maybe his tenacity. I'm not sure. But I'm guessing a lot of it's going to have to do with this battle. And then maybe it gets into like Todoroki's and Bakugo's. Because I feel like those three are kind of like the main three. They're going to end up in the finals, I guess. But without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make sure to support the original content, as always. Alright, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and...
So you can just give up, huh? In a way, this is a test of how strong your spirit is. If you know what you want your future to hold.
He definitely looks like a villain if I've ever seen one.
The fight has just begun, and Izuku Midoriya is completely frozen! He's not moving a muscle!
Oh, that was a character.
This is a perfect example of why the entrance exam isn't rational.
Huh?
His quirk is incredibly strong, but that entrance test consisted of fighting faux villains. It gave a huge advantage to those who had physical superpowers they could show off.
Yep, you're right.
Now turn around and walk out of bounds like a good little hero.
No, this can't end like this.
Damn it! I fell for it even after Ojiro warned me about his power!
Yep.
I'm an idiot. This is all my fault!
I think that's the secret behind his power.
So I have to be careful not to say anything or I'll lose for sure.
And you still said something.
I bumped into another person, and it was like I woke up. I was me again. And suddenly I was able to think clearly.
Huh. Someone throw like a rock at him?
So many people are counting on me. Everyone!
What the heck is happening? What the heck is happening? What was that?
His fingers. He
Done.
broke them in order to stop Shinso.
Oh, okay. That's what the shock did.
It was like people I didn't know came into my mind. And for a second, it was clear. Could it be
One for all.
Yeah, so is it kind of like the Avatar spirit? Where like the people from the past avatars can like sort of take control?
I've been blessed by others! That's why I am here!
Just push them out.
Say something, damn it!
Woohoo! Ooh, yeah! Toss him out.
No! I refuse to let this be the end!
Oh, that was satisfying. I sort of feel bad for the purple-haired kid though. Like, it feels like he has so much more story for him. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what? 3 years ago.
Your quirk is brainwashing? That's so cool!
Seriously!
Never mind.
It's the perfect power for a villain to have.
I mean, you're
I'm
not
used to
wrong.
people looking at me like I'm the bad guy. I'm not.
And with that expertly performed throw, we have our first victor of the finals, Class 1A Super
Oh man.
Victoria!
You know, I rooted for Deku, but like this doesn't feel like, I don't feel good about this. Like I really feel bad for him.
Why do you want to be a hero? What's driving you?
You can't help the things your heart longs for.
You were awesome out there, Shinso!
We're proud of you!
There we go, getting some hero recognition.
All Might, I had some kind of vision in the match.
Oh, yeah.
When I was under Shinso's control, it felt like my brain was full of fog or something.
6, 7, 8. There's
When
8
the
of them.
vision appeared, it completely drove the fog away.
Actually, I saw something like that too, in my younger days. It's a clear sign that you're getting closer to making one for all your own power.
Man, that explanation is so not satisfying.
Forget about it! More importantly, shouldn't you be worrying about who you're fighting next?
Oh yeah. There's gonna be Todoroki or the tape dude, I think, right?
What do you want?
I'm gonna take another hallway.
You have a duty to surpass that imbecile All Might.
It's not really a duty.
Different from your siblings. You're my greatest masterpiece.
Oh, he has siblings. Oh, what happened to them?
I'll win this match and advance using only Mom's quirk. I won't give you the pleasure of seeing me use yours.
I don't really feel like I can win this fight.
Nope.
But man, I don't feel like losing either.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I never thought of that.
Apologies.
Is that an earthquake?
What the heck is going on? Was that...
Todoroki took a moment to melt his opponent from the ice prison he'd created. For some reason, he looked very sad to me.
I can... Like, part of me feels like I know maybe the answer as to why they mentioned that at the very end. Right? Izuku was like, you know, that was a very, like, nice line that he said. He's like, Todoroki spent the time thawing out his opponent from the ice prison. Right? It sounded very, like, morbid. It's very, very harsh, very evil, I guess you could say. And then he said for a second he thought he saw Todoroki as feeling sad, even though he didn't even see his face. Part of me feels as though the reason why they preferenced that was that Todoroki is finding that even though he's not using his father's power, which he associates with like evil, bad, harsh, whatever, even though Todoroki is using his ice or his mother's side, he's finding that his father's side is still influencing his actions. It's hard to explain what I'm thinking. It's like he associates his father's side with dark, with evil, with hurting people and stuff like that. So that's why he doesn't use it, not just in spite of his father, but you know, just what his father represents. And he thinks of his mother's power as good, in a better light. He looks at his mother's power in a better light. That's why he's able to use it without any bad thoughts, right? But he realized there when he went overboard that even though he's using the ice powers, it has bad consequences, or it could have bad consequences. Kind of like what 13 was saying when they were explaining their power, was that any power can be good, but you have to control it, because any power can turn bad if you don't control it. And that's where I felt Todoroki, he came to that realization that even though he's using his mom's powers, he still has the anger or like the feelings of his father. I think I explained that well. I don't know. I'm horrible at explaining things, so I apologize if I don't get my point across. That's where I think that was where it's going. So he has to kind of go over that obstacle of thinking like his father or acting like his father. But yeah. So going back to the first fight with Midoriya and the purple-haired dude, I was almost feeling a little emotional for the purple-haired dude, because not only the piano, like the music playing in the background, kind of like had like an emotional feel to it, but like he sort of had not almost the same backstory as Midoriya, but he had like the same kind of mindset as Midoriya, and even All Might pointed it out. But I don't know, it felt like I wanted to root them both on. And that's the hard part about putting them together, is that one of them has to win. So you're rooting for both. So if one loses, you're still going to feel bad no matter what. So even though Midoriya won, and I'm like, yeah, you know, he's sort of the main character of this whole story, like we're supposed to root for him. Part of me was like, I really feel bad that the purple-haired dude lost, because it just seemed like he was really wanting to get the chance to be a hero, and it kind of got like crushed in the first round of the finals. So I mean, he seems better though, and especially when he was walking out and he was getting like cheered on by his fellow general studies classmates, which helped him a little bit, because in that flashback he said that everybody looked at him as sort of a villain because of his power. So to have his classmates kind of like rooting for him as a hero of their class, it kind of like didn't change his mindset, but it gave him a little like hope or idea that, you know, they don't think of him as a villain, they think of him as like the hero of the class. And then also like the heroes that are already in the stands saying like, oh man, you know, he should be in the hero course, or oh man, you know, it's too bad he wasn't able to go in the hero course, and rada. So I feel as though maybe like eventually he'll be put into the hero class, but I don't know when. And it is true that, especially if you don't get like a recommendation, you have to go through the that trial in the beginning. A lot of it leans more towards the physical power aspect side of things. So if you don't have like a physical power like the purple haired dude, it's a lot harder, if not impossible, to reach or to get drafted into the hero program. As for like seeing the spirits, like I said in the reaction, I related a lot towards Avatar: The Last Airbender, where there's been several times where like Aang or Korra, there we go, Aang and Korra, where they've gotten into predicaments where because you know the Avatar state was like known as the last defense for the Avatar, but they got into predicaments where they the spirits of the past avatars kind of like saved them, or like took control, or you know, some of that, or like helped them, guided them along. And that's where I kind of feel as though that is kind of what it's equating towards. They introduced it now, so I'm guessing since they introduced it now, it's going to come into an effect later down the line, where Midoriya gets to a point of where he's backed up against a wall, and All for One state comes into play. But I don't know how, or I don't know. They introduced it, so therefore it has to be used later down the line. I don't know what for though. So we know for a fact Midoriya and Todoroki are going to the next stage, which they're going to battle off. I don't know what's going to happen there. And I don't even know if we're going to be focused on any of the other fights. Maybe Bakugo, and maybe like Ida, I guess. But other than that, I don't think any of the other ones kind of mean anything in the grand scheme of things. They may just be filler. But I feel as though the Todoroki and the Midoriya one will be, but I don't know who would win. Like who? This is another thing where I would be upset if any of them lost. So I don't know who I want to win. I don't know, because you have Midoriya, who is technically the main character, and you know he has all for one, and he should be on top and stuff like that. But you have Todoroki who like needs to win, who sort of, well, he needs to win in order to prove that he can win without using his father's power. And I feel as though if you look at both of their sort of predicaments and why they want to win this tournament, I feel as though Todoroki's like wants or like reasons for winning the tournament is more important than Midoriya's, right? Because Midoriya, he doesn't really need to win this tournament. He just needs to show off his powers in order for him to be known as a top hero. Even though winning the tournament's good, but I feel as though Todoroki like needs to win this tournament in order to sort of show his dad off. I don't know. I feel as though I would be happier if Todoroki won this tournament than Deku, if that makes sense. But I guess we'll figure that out next time. So, if you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to let me know anything more, put in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.